Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4. And if I'm a little bit tired sounding, that would be because I just spent all night playing Destiny. It just came out literally this morning, a couple hours ago actually, 3 a.m. my time. And well, I'm a little bit tired, so that would be why. Now, we might actually be going to Magatsu Inaba today, our next dungeon, if I run into a situation where it would be advantageous. And something is definitely wrong with the people around here. Guessing that has to do with the fog and that whole deadline about the world ending, that whole thing. This just isn't really healthy. It's pretty much an established fact at this point. Now, the next dungeon is not particularly difficult. I don't remember anything really difficult about it. But I remember that it was a very long dungeon. Maybe that's just nostalgia kicking in. I don't know. It just always seemed like a really long dungeon. If I can't actually find anybody to hang out with today, that is what we will be doing. We'll be going there and trying to get to the boss, but not actually fighting the boss. Because there's no point in fighting the boss now. It's just going to mean we're not going to get any more social links done the rest of the game if we do that. And that's just kind of silly to do so this early. Guess I really shouldn't say early. I mean, it is December in game, but yeah. Anyway, there's nobody here. So before we go, I'm actually going to go and shop a little, make sure I've gotten everything just the way I want it before we go into TV World, because we're going to be there for a long, very long time. Mainly, I want to make sure that I have Goho M's and a ready supply of, well, any kind of restoratives. Poison restorative, which it's a good thing I did because I only had 11 Dokudami teas. Because it always pays to have those, then not have them and need them. Or something like that. There's a saying, I forget what the saying is, I'm sorry, but you get what I'm saying here. Now, I'm not going to buy a whole lot of, like, restore such and such HP. Reason being, we have 2 people in our party that can heal, and I don't really... I mean, I guess I could buy some theoretically for Naoto and Chie to heal, but I don't really ever try and heal with those 2, so trying to prepare for it, while it be sensible, is just really not, I don't know, practical, really. And yes, we're going to get to hear a lot of clanging here. I don't know if we actually get anything useful or not, but that might be useful. I don't know. I don't remember what that is, actually. As long as it's not for... that's for kanji. Which, I wouldn't mind using kanji. It's just... I haven't been using him in a while, and I have to level him up if I'm going to do that now. Which I wouldn't mind doing, but... that's just not what I normally do, and since I'm doing this the way I normally would... I don't really care. I'm not using that because it has 40 SP less than what I'm using now, which just seems kind of stupid to do so. I mean, you could make the argument, but it has more attack, man. Use the attack. And while you do have a point, it does have more auto attack. How many times do you really auto attack as Yukiko? It's rare, or it should be rare anyway. At least the way I play Yukiko, it's like, what? Why are you doing that? If you're going to auto attack, use kanji for God's sake. I don't know. I think kanji's supposed to be your, like, single target physical DPS, and then Chie is supposed to be your AoE DPS, and then Naoto's your light and dark. And, you know, I just like trying to stick to those archetypes as much as I can. But yep, we're actually going to go into TV World now without any... well, actually, there is going to be a further ado. I just don't know how long the further ado is, because quite honestly, I've never actually confirmed the situation here. Ever, which is an accomplishment. I want to see what happens here. I mean, normally it's like a 2 or 3... now, I guess we'll ask about Dachi. Normally it's about a 2 or 3 liner, which is about here. But apparently we're in for quite a bit more than that. It's different. Oh boy, this might turn into a longer video than I thought. I'm certainly not going to ask about Teddy in the shadows, because that would Jeez. I guess this is for those of you out there who just have not been watching the past 20 videos. So here you are. If you wanted to just catch right up, here you go. The backstory? Adachi's been pulling everything from behind the scenes, including our actions, in a roundabout way. If you've ever read any mystery novels with a great evil old man as the arch enemy, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Except this time it's not an old man, it's a spry 26-year-old. Or something, I don't know how old Adachi is. It doesn't really matter how old, good God, this goes on forever. It doesn't really matter how old Adachi is. I just pulled a number out of the air, coincidentally how old I am. Anyway, I learned my lesson. We shall not be asking about the other. Holy crap. Anyway, like I was saying before about Magatsu Inaba, there is a trick on one of the levels here that hopefully we will get to see. And if you're not observant, like I wasn't, you will get stuck there for probably close to 20-30 minutes. Yeah, I got stuck there for probably close to an hour, just because the solution's actually quite obvious. It's just lunatic. You have to be a lunatic to come up with it. What do I mean by that? Well, hopefully you'll see here. But suffice to say, there's a little, I don't know if it's really qualified as fourth wall breaking or not, but this dungeon tries to mess with you a little bit. I'm not doing that again. So, enter the TV without any further ado. Glad I didn't say without any further ado before that, because that was like a 3-minute confirm the situation. Okay, so we're going with Teddy to actually search. Right, well, before that I'm going to go into the Velvet Room, and I may skip ahead here in just a moment. Okay, so now that I've basically just did nothing, that was 2 whole minutes of just me going, oh wait, nope, I already have that persona. And there was literally no point in ever showing that. Search for Adachi. And as per usual, we're going to be going with our regular party of Yukiko, Chie, and Naoto. I never used Teddy. I don't know why. People have said, I used Teddy. I'm like, I've used Teddy like one playthrough before, and he wasn't a bad character. Far from it. He was a great character. It's just not what I usually use. Every character's viable. I just like using the least viable, which is apparently Naoto. Because for boss fights, Naoto is the least viable, but it's more fun for me to use Naoto for some reason. Naoto is good for grinding experience. Beyond that, not so much, but grinding experience does help her become higher level, which kind of overcompensates for her shortcomings in a boss fight. Told you to come after me and you actually came? Yes, we're not that bright. This is standard trash talking from the villain. I think it's supposed to make us all hate Adachi even more. I think we all sufficiently hate him when he murdered 2 innocent women. So, I think that kind of is, I think this is kind of unnecessary, but I guess it's just kind of nailing it home if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so as soon as he stops talking here, we will get moving. Okay, as soon as Rise stops talking, we will get going here. Alright, now, Magatsu Inaba is obviously there. I think, now that I think about it, I don't think there is as many levels. I think it's, oh, that's a nice treasure chest to start with. I don't think there's as many levels, it's just the levels are a lot bigger, it seems like. Or maybe that's just, again, nostalgia playing tricks on me, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's get moving. And here we go, the first battle has already started. Alright, let's just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks as per our usual routine here. I would guess something's going to be weak to ice here, but I'm not quite sure of that, so what do people not have here that... I hate to just use ice, because Chie can use ice. But I don't have Magaru or Magarudyne, or do I have Maziodyne? I don't think I do. I guess I'll just go with Hariti and use ice. It's kind of dumb, but why not? Normally those things are weak to ice. Alright, well, might as well try.
Let's go. I see, so it won't work.
Well, that was kind of an expensive lesson, but alright. Try on the other one.
Couldn't quite beat it.
Okay, so my instincts were wrong. That does happen from time to time.
You're on a roll.
Good job, Yukiko-senpai.
Well, that helps.
I couldn't do it.
Oh great, these things have poison, do they? So they're going to be annoying. Well, at least it's not actually deadly annoying, it's just consumables annoying.
3 enemies defeated. You did it, Naoto-kun.
And let's just finish this thing off with a bang.
Take this. So who's next in line for a stomping?
Didn't think that would actually crit, but I'm not arguing.
I won't fall behind.
Oh crap, I just realized I never beat the secret boss in Heaven, did I? Or wait, was it Heaven the last one I didn't
A
go?
little stronger?
Ah crap, I never did do that. Oh man, it's too late now. I'm already here now. Screw it. Worst comes to worst, we'll go back and do it later. Alright. The same enemy group. Don't worry, folks. You didn't miss much. Hopefully I can get that rider. White Rider? Is that what it was? Yeah, White Rider. I don't remember ever using it, but then again, I don't remember ever getting it before, so I want to see what this thing... What am I getting rid of? I might want to get rid of Tau, just because I never really plan on using it. Plus, they're already stored in my compendium, so if I want it later, I can always get it. Strength Arcana? No, thank you. Oh, good. So now we have Maziodyne. That's exactly what I wanted. That's gonna come in handy, hopefully, in here, because I don't have kanji. So it's always good to cover your weaknesses on what you don't have, which I've been kind of slacking on. I don't really have a good wind yet. I mean, I have a wind persona, just not a Magarudyne persona yet, which I know I should work on. I'll work on it.
Looks like that one's immune to wind.
I'm guessing the birds are immune to wind? Or maybe they're talking about the insects. I bet the birds are weak to electricity.
3 more to go.
This is coming from my childhood of Pokemon, so I don't know if that's right or not.
Persona. Someone finish it off.
3 enemies left.
Why do I remember that flying Pokemon are weak to electricity? Why do I remember, except Zapdos, why do I remember that? Yes, I know I could have used Maziodyne there, but I prefer to not have everybody die. It was a stupid decision, don't get me wrong.
I can't defeat it.
It happens when you're talking and not thinking.
Someone finish this one off!
Don't worry, we'll find their weaknesses sooner or later.
Enemy defeated. That's the spirit. Just what I'd expect, GA-senpai.
Alright, now let's try this.
That one's totally weak.
Because I'm guessing that thing's weak to electricity. As soon as I can find it here. What am I doing? There we go, Lilith.
2 enemies left.
I kind of
Don't know
waited
where you're
a
going
little
now.
too long. I should have used this earlier, but
You hit the enemy's weakness.
As expected,
I'm a
Senpai.
very defensive-minded gamer. You know me by now.
Defeated. You're off to a good start. Persona!
Really no,
I'd expect, GA-senpai.
really no sense not to rush. I guess that'd be the reason not to rush.
On the enemy side. Keep it up.
Oh, well, at least this will make it easy. I can just get rid of the 2 flyers right now.
Persona!
2 enemies down.
expected,
Keep going, senpai.
Well, I don't know what that thing's weak to. I keep wanting to think melee, but I think that's from Persona 3. One of the enemies that looked like that in Persona 3 that was weak to melee.
Persona! I couldn't
3
defeat
enemies
it!
left. You can win this.
Well, it's not weak to melee anyway. Let's just AoE it down.
Persona! Whoa, GA-senpai. That's 2.
That's your plan? Try to tick me off? That's a great plan.
No-brainer. Last one. Go for it.
I'd understand if it maybe had, I don't know,
Persona!
counterattack.
There's no end to this.
Even Repel Physical would have made a bit more sense than that. Alright, well, let's keep going here. No sense just stopping. We're gonna go until my SP is basically gone, or where I don't feel comfortable to keep going, I should say. Not until it's completely gone, then I wouldn't feel comfortable even getting to that point in the first place, now would I? Alright, so we'll head right here, or technically to my left, but, you know, east on the map. You know what I'm saying here. Don't get pedantic on me. And I should probably explore the first floor a little bit more, and... Okay, we're going the right way. There's an enemy up here, and I will gladly... Oh, well, okay, that's a powerful enemy.